And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you the latest update of Adobe Muse CC. On June 18th, 2014, Adobe Muse released an update, and I have to say I quite like it. The interface is a bit different. For those of you who are familiar with Adobe Muse and have used their interface before, you'll know that it was kind of a gray interface, and it just looked the way it looked. In this new one, it looks more to, like, let's say, an Illustrator or an Adobe Photoshop. It has a black interface, and it's a bit cleaner, and it's quite nice. So I'll go ahead and show you the new Adobe Muse, and along with this video, I'm going to show you how to create an interesting effect where you can have your images or your slides in your website stick to the top as you scroll, so that each slide goes over the previous slide. It's a cool effect, and so I'll go ahead and get started. First, I'll show you the new Adobe Muse. Hold on, let me just quit this here, and let's open up Adobe Muse. You'll notice this looks a bit different. Okay. Now I've already created the site that we'll be creating today. You'll notice this is the new interface. So we'll click here. It looks a bit different. You'll have your widgets library here on the right, the states, the scroll effects, layers, library assets, color, and text. So this is the site we'll be creating. I'll just give you a preview of what we'll be doing today. You notice here's the picture, and as you scroll, the image, here I'll make the browser a bit bigger, the image sticks to the top and the other image scrolls over it. Pretty interesting effect. I think you can do a lot of cool things with it. I've used it recently for a website, so I'll go ahead and show you how I did this. We'll just create a new site. You can leave this as is, click OK. We're going to be in the desktop version. We'll click on Home here. Now, to create this effect, you'll have to start with a rectangle, so you select the rectangle tool here on the left, and you just draw a rectangle. I like to do it, for this one I'll do it at 650 height. One thing you want to make sure that your image is at 100% width, so that means that when you make the browser wider, your images resize according to the browser size. To do that, you just make sure that your rectangle is all the way to the left, and make sure on the right too that it's all the way to the right. And you'll notice that the W will change to 100%. And that'll show you that you have a 100% width rectangle that will resize according to your browser width. Okay, now we just have a rectangle. We want to fill it with an image, so we go to the fill tool right up here where it says image. We click add image, and I'm just going to pick the image of the beach right over here. You can see the fitting. The image doesn't quite look like this. It has it at the original size, so it shows us a big picture of a tree. We want to fit the entire image within the rectangle, so we want to pick scale to fit. Scale to fill. We want to fill the entire rectangle. You can play around with this with your different images and see what looks best and what works best for your site. For this one, we want to have it scale to fill. Positioning doesn't really matter because the image is fairly large and we have it fitting to the rectangle. Sometimes it does affect the image if you select the different positioning. Again, play with it and see what looks best for your images. Okay, so now we have the tree, this image here, and if we preview it in the browser, we can see, it's scaling with the browser. One thing I don't like though is this little thin black border around here. To change that, we just click on the rectangle, and this is the stroke. It has a stroke of 1. We just make it 0, and I just like to take the color off as well, just for my own peace of mind. Okay, there we go. So there's no border around the image now either. You'll notice if we scroll, there's some white space here. That's the footer area right here at the bottom. So we have one image in place. Now we want to add some text, okay? So we click on the text tool here on the left, and we'll just draw a rectangle. We'll add some text, the beach, and let's make it a bit larger, 60, and we'll use the Miami font. Okay, and we'll just, kind of make that rectangle a bit smaller. Okay, and so that's it for that. Maybe I'll put it to this guideline here just to keep it more to the right. Alright, so we have our text and our image. Now this is the very important part with that's easy to do with Adobe Muse, and that's adding scroll effects, because the website I showed you had a scroll effect where you scroll the image and it stuck to the top. Okay, so for this we want to go to scroll effects to the right, click on motion. Now we want to have it initially scroll at 1, and then when it gets to the top of the browser to stop. Okay, and we want the key position to be at 0. Now what does that mean? Actually, we want the key position to be at, I think, -36. So the key position to be right flush with the top of the image. So what this is saying is, okay, so as in the beginning, scroll at a speed of 1. The normal scroll speed is 1 on any Adobe Muse page, so it's going to scroll normally. And once it hits this key position at -36, it's going to stop. It's going to stop scrolling. So the scroll speed is going to be at 0, right over here. Now, because this is the first image and there's actually no scroll space at the top, this image won't scroll at all. It's the first image, and it's not going to scroll. Okay, so you won't see any difference with this first image. We just did it for this first one because we're going to copy and paste this one 2 times and just replace the image. Okay, and now for the beach, we want to do the same thing. We want to have it scroll at 1. We don't want it to scroll sideways, and we don't want to have it scroll afterwards. Okay, so and basically, or here's another. Oh no, sorry, that won't work. Yeah, so just we want to put the key position again at the top of the browser. So what this is saying is okay, initially scroll at 1. Once you reach the key position, stop. So it's going to reach the key position right away, and the top of the browser, and then the final motion is going to be 0. So again, the beach won't move either. And I'll show you. I'll have a better example when I copy and paste this. Okay, so now I'm going to copy and paste this, and just bring it down here. Not sure why that went all the way over there. We want to bring it back over here. Okay. Alright, very nice. Okay, so let me show you what this looks like in the browser now. Okay, so we have the beach. Ta-da! So what is happening here? Okay, so this slide here has the key position at the top of the image. So basically the key position, once the key position reaches the top, it stops here. And because this text is flush with the top of the image as well, the key position is like when it hits the top of the browser. Okay, hopefully that made sense. Like, picture the key position being right here, and once it hits the top of the browser, that's when the key position kicks in. So basically, the key position kicks in when it hits the top of the browser, and we said, okay, once you hit the top of the image, stop everything. Okay, and we'll just change the text here. I know that might have been a bit confusing. It will make sense as you start working with Muse. Okay. Okay, and then we'll add another one here. And we'll just put it right here. We'll say Mexico. Now you'll notice we have the same image for each one. So all we have to do to change the image is click here, click fill, click on the image, and change the image to another image. Ta-da! There it is. And then we go here, change the image, fill, and there's another image. These two kind of look similar, but they're a bit different. Alright, so let's see how our website looks. There's the beach, there's Cancun, and there's Mexico. Alright, very cool. And we can, make it wider. The beach, Cancun, and Mexico. Alright, so that's the video for today. Thanks for watching. I'm John Ramos with Velveteen Web Design Group, and look out for more videos on using Adobe Muse.